From the Browns Life Oasis in Boise, Idaho, the Loomis Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Well, hey guys, I don't remember what episode this is, 152, 153, 154, something like that. I'm back up in Boise, Idaho again, here with my buddy Will Brown from the Browns Life Podcast.
How you doing?
He's kindly agreed to join me today as we smoke probably one of the most ridiculous sticks that we have picked this whole time.
Absolutely.
You know, you also might be noticing that I'm missing two people. You know, I was up here for visiting our buddy Tommy because, as you know, his health is not so good. But he's winning so far, his battle with cancer, so it's all good. But this is a recording week, and they're not here, so Brown stepped in for me. But we'll get into Brown in a minute. Let's talk about the ridiculous nature of the cigar we're deciding to smoke today. This is the 9 1/4 by 47 Don Papin Garcia Original Blue Exclusivo Grand Corona. I call it an A size, but that's beside the point. And I don't think you've had this before.
No, I've not.
This is one that Tommy and I discovered on our many trips back and forth, moving all his shit from Lincoln, California, up to even further out in the country farm, Parma, Idaho.
Oh, geez.
And this cigar, properly smoked by your method, your time speed, would get you from Winnemucca here and still have some left over.
Wow.
It's a 4.5 hour
That's a long.
cigar,
That's a long smoke.
So let me tell you guys about this cigar real quick as we go here. This one is the wrapper is why is this out of order? So it's a Corojo wrapper. Its binder is a Criollo 1998, and then the filler is a Corojo and Criollo 1998 wrapper. It is, of course, they say full-bodied. I guess we'll judge that in a little bit because I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's a great stick. It's been out for a while. This is the largest and most ridiculous of the size, but it does come in others.
Longer?
Shorter.
Well, that's good.
It's size envy. Let's just call it what it is.
Hey,
right?
I got a big one.
So, oh, Carolyn! So, Will, as we get going here, what things, I know you've been on the program a couple times, whether it's been a live or a regular show.
Yeah.
What are some of the things the audience should know about you since they are starting to see you a little bit more often?
Oh, that's a on-the-spot question. I wouldn't know what to tell them.
Well, give them a little bit about your background in cigars.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, mine started off because of some tragedy in my own life. And so I started cigars 25 years ago, I guess now. And took a single cigar out to a beach and started smoking it and learning a little bit about the thing, and I was kind of on and off hooked ever since. And then I've had other tragedy in life, of course, and I came back here to the Boise area, and you can't really see it very well on the camera, but I started what I call the Oasis, and it's basically a 30 by 40 shop that I have converted into kind of the man cave, if you will, where I get to have friends and family over, and we can have cigars and whatnot. So I allowed that to kind of grow into a hobby, and started doing more and more of the reviews, which I know that we've seen some of my reviews on your site.
Most, if not all of them,
Yep. And
are on the site.
I got a little of a different way of doing things with that, so that I can still express what I want. And very shortly, I'm working on getting going on a podcast as well. Have a little bit of a unique point of view. In between the times of life, I've done things like search and rescue for families, and I've done emergency chaplain. So I would be called out at all hours of the night at people's worst time of day. So I have a little bit of a unique sense of humor, I suppose, is how I would word that. At least I think it's a sense of humor. I'm not sure what you think it is.
The rest of the world calls it dark.
I have
Not dark in the negative sense,
I
but
can be
a
dark.
darker sense of humor.
I can laugh at a lot of things. Yes. Yeah. That's kind of, I guess, how I describe me.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, you're used to the insanity of the three of us, and now I have someone who's less insane than the rest of us on the show. So it all works out.
I can't guarantee I'm not as insane as you people.
Well, I'll give you a second while you get that lit. So, this,
You know,
as
I'm
I
doing the
said,
good thing, I'm lighting it right into the microphone while we're recording. Because it's just adds to the ambiance, I think. That must be what it is.
one would think, right?
Yeah.
So the size on this, again, it's a 48 ring gauge by 9 1/4 inch. It's a big bastard.
I'm just going to tell you, you're eating this thing. You have a big piece of the thing right on your front tooth. And I'm trying not to laugh at you, but since Larry is being represented by me, I guess, right now, I have to tell you to quit looking like you only have one tooth left in your mouth. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Such is life.
Hey, it's live. I do the same thing, though, so I would want you to tell me if I was looking funnier than normal.
I'd be telling you something every day then. So,
Right.
you said you started a podcast. Obviously, I know the name of it, but our listeners don't know the name of it. It's obviously right here,
Yeah.
right behind us. It's the Browns Life Oasis. And tell me what your thought process is behind that.
Well, because of the way that I write cigar reviews, it's a couple of things. I wanted to incorporate kind of how I write cigar reviews more into my podcast, because I have a tendency of kind of doing them differently. I'm not looking for real high numbers on this, that, and the other thing, because, well, we've had that conversation. I personally don't believe in them. Everybody else does. I'm the odd duck out with that.
We're talking ratings.
Ratings, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And but that's okay. And I will say some of the tasting notes that I will get, but I don't necessarily strike those really high either, because again, my sense of humor doesn't allow me to. But I wanted to do that, but also the Browns Life part of that is just sharing life and doing dumb things that I do, and I wanted a platform to be able to kind of incorporate all of that. For me, the cigars is like a hobby anyways, so incorporating that into my life and my thoughts, and this is a place for me to put those. That's kind of what I wanted the podcast to turn into.
Right. And it really does. I've been on it once or twice now, and it's a really good platform. And you know, you have your faith-based content, you have your cigar content, you wind the two together seamlessly. You really do well at it. So
Thank you.
if they're looking to check that out, they would go to...
Well, my website is brownslife.com. I have a Facebook group, which is Browns Life Oasis. And if they're looking for the podcast, I use a platform that's out on just about every page you can find for podcasting. It'll probably be under Browns Life Oasis.
Yeah. Yeah, use the same platform I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it distributes out to all,
Right.
where all finer podcasts are going for,
Right.
which realistically means primarily Apple Podcasts is the most popular. That's where you get your most listens on. But,
Sure.
you know, I mean, it is what it is.
And it's kind of changed names, and it's changed logos
Yes, it has.
as well. I've had a different logo before, but that's more of an umbrella for us. I do multiple different things. My wife is involved with, you know, my life, obviously, so her and I do different things as well. But if you're looking for my podcast, look for that symbol behind me up here, and you will find us.
Well, your wife refused to be on the show. I invited her, but she said no.
I understand. That's just how it rolls.
Oh, I know. Fully aware. Okay, well, this could be bad.
What'd you do? What he's trying to say is we are experiencing technical difficulties. Apparently.
Always.
Please stand by.
Yeah, yeah. Well, trust me. My regular listeners know it's a shit show.
But I don't
it's
have
just the way it is.
I don't have the little beaver to float across my screen yet, though. That's something we got to work on.
So, one of the sections we do is some news.
Great.
And I just happened to find some very interesting cigar news while perusing the internet this week.
Fantastic.
Some of our regular smokers and friends, even at the Vault, which is one of your local shops up here, there will be people that will be very interested in this particular piece here. Pete Johnson and Tatuaje have their new release for October.
Really?
They are releasing the Mummy Redo from their Monsters line.
Do I have to buy the whole monster kit, or can I just buy the Mummy?
You can just buy the Mummy. It comes as a single box. Picture will be somewhere on the screen covering us up.
Perfect.
But nonetheless, the Mummy Redo is rolled this time in a 7.5 by 47 format with a covered foot, showcasing the Nicaraguan Criollo wrapper over a all Nicaraguan binder and filler tobaccos. It's a Puro. That's got to be amazing because,
I'll bet.
Nicaraguan tobacco, it's one of Scott's favorites. And it is one of mine too. And yours because 1502 is all Nicaraguan as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
So the Redux series, Redo series, staying true to its originality, the cigars are packed in a coffin-style cabinet box of 13. Unlucky number for some. Each cigar is priced at about $13. That would most likely be MSRP. I can't speak for California because it's going to be high anyway. Yeah. But all 5,000 boxes have been produced at the My Father Cigars factory in Esteli. 4,300 are standard cabinet boxes. Additional 700 in numbered editions, including 666 sequentially numbered boxes, and a handful marked XX for special occasions.
Not 3X.
No, 2X.
Just 2X.
2X. The high limited run of 65,000 cigars will be allocated to select retailers and is scheduled to ship in early October. Obviously, that's something that Pete has done for quite a while now.
Yep.
I mean, the Monster series came out originally, and then he put out a cabinet series.
What was it, about 5 years ago those came out?
Oh, it's been longer than that, because he's been slowly releasing them over a period of years.
Okay.
And then he came out with Lanceros, not Lanceros, Panatella-sized of all the Monster series, and then now it's the Redos. Typically, they're in a Churchill or larger size. Because I remember the Frank was a pretty good size cigar. It was like a 60 ring gauge.
I was going to say, so if it's that size, is that a 5 by 50, 6 by 50?
7.5 by 47, so a true Churchill.
Close, yeah. Okay. That'd be nice.
It's one that I look forward to.
Yeah, no, that series is really good from Tatuaje.
Tatuaje to me is one of those manufacturers. I have yet to find something I don't like.
Yeah?
For the right occasion, they have something for everyone.
I think so. I mean, certainly for the palettes. I mean, palettes change as you know, but from person to person, I might like one and you might hate it.
Right.
And maybe I had a steak dinner and I want something Maduro, but maybe if I did a Maduro and it was, after breakfast or whatever, I might not want to do that. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I prefer a lighter cigar in the morning. Just my preference. Yeah. Now, I would normally be queuing the Vivaldi's Spring, I think is what we use, but Davidoff's come out with a new cigar.
Really?
Oh, yes. Davidoff once again brings the world of fine dining and premium tobacco to the upcoming release of the Davidoff Chef's Edition for 2025. This is, of course, after a hiatus. It hasn't been out for a little while. Mm-hmm. But, they pick a limited edition cigar continues the brand tradition of pairing the artistry of Michelin star chefs with the mastery of Davidoff's blending team. I really don't know what that means, so don't ask. If any of you know what that means,
yeah, let us know.
Drop us a line, info@lumiscigarcartel.com.
Right.
Cigar, in this case, is going to be a 6 1/4 by 52, slightly oversized Toro.
Perfect. That's my favorite size.
Yeah, I love it.
6 by 50 or 6 by 52.
Ecuadorian wrapper over a Mexican binder, and the fillers are all Dominican, including a rare 15-year age San Vicente leaf and a hybrid varietal, and a Piloto tobacco. So it all sounds pretty good. And that Piloto tobacco,
I'm not familiar with Piloto.
I honestly can't tell you what it is in. I've heard it. I know I have smoked it, but it's been a while.
Is it similar to Corojo?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I'd have to look it up. But, ready for this one?
Yeah.
Try not to have a heart attack. MSRP is $55 per cigar. 10 count boxes, $5.50 a box.
Here. Where you're from,
It'll probably
half again
be
as much.
70 to 80.
Yeah.
So in this edition, 5,600 boxes are allocated to the U.S. of the total 17,500 boxes worldwide.
Wow.
It is a thing Davidoff's been doing lately with their limited edition. They make sub $20,000 count boxes, and we get our portion, but the world at large. There's a huge Davidoff market in Europe.
I was going to say Davidoff is probably bigger overseas or across the pond anyways than here.
This one's out there now. My local house, Tobacco Republic, already has it. So if you're in that area, come by and say hi and pick one up if you like those. I know you have smoked a few because I have gotten them for you. Not the Chef's Edition, but Davidoff.
I haven't had a Chef's Edition.
Right.
I don't know what that one is.
But
yes, absolutely.
You've done the Winston Churchill Late Hour.
Like that
That's the one I usually put you into. Before I get to the couple other new cigars we're releasing, let's check in. What's your first impressions now that you've gotten started and you've done your first ash?
I really like it. First off, it's pretty consistent so far on flavor. I didn't have a real spike of pepper or a strong note of anything else. It's been quite pleasant, and it's very even. And also, the amount of smoke that I'm getting is actually fairly impressive for this size of a stick and what it is. I'm really enjoying it.
It's great construction on the cigar.
To be honest, granted, it's not. I haven't smoked but probably half an inch of it, maybe an inch. I don't know, but it does not strike me as something that's full body.
No, I think this is
I don't think, for me personally, that's not a full body.
solid medium, maybe?
Solid medium, absolutely. It's got some of the darker, richer notes to it, and some of the leathery, earthy tones to it as well. But I don't know that I would call it a full body.
Oh, I mean, and in theory, in reality, you and I are only in the first inch anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Of 9 1/4.
Oh, I didn't realize that this is one of my favorite manufacturers until just now.
Oh? Yes, this is a My Father
Is this
product.
My Father's? And look at that. It says it right there. It's MF right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's an entirely different prospect.
Yeah, the hat it used to be right behind us on his coat rack, but it's around here somewhere.
That's the Forsica.
It is a My Father.
Yep.
Yeah, Don Garcia works with the web. Now, I know you've seen this next cigar. I don't think you've ever smoked it. Certainly not this one, but you've seen this one, because I know the V-Cuts where I got mine last year.
Okay.
The last edition of it. Blackwork Studio. They are based out of Fabrica Oliva Negra in Esteli, Nicaragua. They are releasing their milestone release of the Tigersaurus. It is a bold new limited edition for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, I have had one of their striped cigars. I don't think I can get them at the Vault, but I do believe that V-Cut and Nampa, I believe they do sell them. I don't remember it being Tiger, though. So
there's a couple of them.
It might be that, or it might be something else, but they're a pretty good line, actually.
Yeah, they do make a great line. Let's see, what is this? This releases the 10 years of the brand's acclaimed Tiger series, which originally been as a factory exclusive in Nicaragua before evolving into an event only. Now, of course, it's everywhere. It's going to be released in the U.S. next week. Now, mind you, that was also a week and a half ago, so it should be out, or if not out, it's going to be out very shortly. Blend features a Pennsylvania broadleaf, Connecticut broadleaf, and Candela wrapper over an Ecuadorian binder and Nicaraguan fillers. Rolled a 5.5 by 48 Corona Gordo. Nice little size there. Descriptions are notes of dark earth. I don't really know what that means. Cocoa, layered with contrasting green spice from the Candela. Green spice is another word for green tea.
Yeah, you may have lost me with that, but that's another conversation.
Right, that's a Candela conversation. So it's a unique smoking experience. It's going to be a 15-count box. Retail price for a Corona Gordo, a little bit high at $19.
Wow.
But nonetheless, that's what it is.
For a, what do you say, 50 by 8?
50 by 8. No, it's a Corona Gordo. So it is 5 1/2 by 48. Half this size and almost same diameter.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
And you said it's how much?
$19 per cigar. So a box of 10 or 15 count boxes is going to be around $250.
If they're stellar sticks, that's not bad, but
Last year's edition was really nice. I only got 2 and I enjoyed them and was sad that I couldn't get any more. But I know some people.
Yeah.
I have to make some phone calls.
I think I had one of those last year about this time when we were up at the vault.
It might have been the last time we were at V-Cut's anniversary party.
Excuse me.
But I know that's coming up too. When this episode comes out, it will have happened, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Sad part was I won't even be able to be up here for it.
Yeah, I may have to go.
No crepes. You'll have to eat a crepe for me.
Oh, they're crepe. Yeah, that's right. Those crepes are coming in. I may have to do those crepes.
If you guys remember about October, November last year, you can go back to the shows for late October, early November. I was talking about a company called Cosmic Crepes. They're here in the local area up here. And
they're good.
They're really good. It's a little pricey. You're talking, $18 for a crepe. But, dude, one of those will fill you up. It's a meal in itself.
Well, and you got to get 2 crepes.
Yeah.
You got to get the one that's the meal, and then you got to get the dessert one.
I did the lemon curd one, and I ruined a shirt.
Yeah, you were into it.
Yeah, I was covered in freaking cream sauce.
Wow, I'm not going to touch that at all. Just not going to go there.
So we talked a little bit. That's actually all the news I have for right now. There's a couple of other things that you guys can check out that I put up there. Like Hiram and Solomon and Foundation have both named a couple of new people to their staff. If you're interested in that, check out LoomisCigarCartel.com. Click on the cigar news link and it'll direct you over to all the news stories. Plus, there's a whole bunch more to look at, including his cigar reviews. That's under the Humidor Talk section.
Thank you.
You happened to go with me on your first ever trip to Rocky Mountain, and I know we did a live about it.
I did.
But, and I gave a good dissertation on the show when I got back from that. But, why don't you tell our audience from your side, as your very first year of going, not only as a participant, but as a media personality as well. What were your thoughts on the whole event?
Once we got there, it was fabulous. My traveling was just like everybody that has bad travel stories. I won't get into it, but the traveling part was not very happy. And that's okay. But when we got in and I got up that next day and then started doing stuff for the event, it was fabulous, and I mean, I liked everything. I liked the pre-party that they had, the bash. I liked how many different vendors that were there. I was actually really impressed. I knew who most of the vendors were, not all the reps per se, but most of the vendors. There was a few that I don't think I'd really heard of. I don't think I'd heard of some of those. Like the one that yellow one. Zeno. I had never heard of them at all. I had never heard of them at all. Mm-hmm. And but learning about them and being able to talk with them, very instructional, very personal, but also so are the people. Like, I've been into some different events where, you can talk to the people that work there, but the people that are floating around, you just don't talk to. It wasn't like that at all. People were very friendly. It was like having just a couple-day party up there in the beautiful mountain range in Colorado, and it was really just a great event. Mm-hmm. And finally, for me, going into it, putting the face to some of the names that I've been hearing about for a while, it was fabulous. and your friends from Canada came down.
Yep, that's Tommy's group, but yes.
Okay.
There are a bunch of Mounties out there.
Yep.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
That was awesome to meet them.
And I had a couple of my guys from my home shop were there.
Yes.
We also saw a couple of guys from the Vault, too. Funny enough,
we did.
In the Boise airport on the flight from hell. Mm-hmm. That's another story. If you want to know that story, Will and I both go off about it. You can look at the Rocky Mountain Recap 2025 podcast or the Rocky Mountain Recap Live that we did, both available on the Beyond the Humidor YouTube channel.
Yep.
But
and I think one of mine. I think I have one of those on mine too. So.
And then I know one of your favorite groups, based on your chaplainly work, was Cigars for Warriors.
Yeah, that's another one where the face to the name is not what I was expecting at all. Storm's an awesome dude, and talking with him and learning about his heart and how he wants to take care of overseas veterans and just veterans in general. It was really great to get to know him, and I spent, golly, a good 20, 30 minutes just bending his ear and talking to his staff there. And, they've sent out, I think they said something stupid like 1.5 million cigars already this year. And, in being somebody who enjoys the cigar, I go and I have some time with some military people where we sit and enjoy cigars and just have great candid conversations. Those things are a tool, and they are invaluable, and sometimes to be able to sit down and relax during the most stressful of times is amazing. Mm-hmm. And I've done it with law enforcement. I've done it with fire personnel. I've done it with medical personnel. I've done it with just all sorts of different people, and military personnel of all walks of life, of all branches. And there is just something special to be able to spend a couple of hours and just talk and not have any agenda, but just talk. And the fact that he's boxing those up and shipping them overseas at no cost to the military and no cost to the troops, what a great, great organization.
And speaking of shipping,
okay,
if you remember, I think one of the conversations we had is one of the biggest struggles that they have is not necessarily getting cigars donated, because there are massive amounts of cigars donated, but they need help with the shipping costs. The average shipping cost for them is $30,000 a month for shipping cigars overseas to our troops.
Yeah.
So,
very true.
Veterans Day is on the approach. It's November the 11th.
Of the 11th.
So here's the challenge I put to all my viewers. I started this 2 podcasts ago. Forgot to mention it last show, so we're going to mention it again this show. If you have some spare money that you can donate to Cigars for Warriors to help them cover that shipping cost, please go to my website, LoomisCigarCartel.com. Scroll down below the Beyond the Humidor logo, and you will see where we've got the donation link directly to Cigars for Warriors. It is a taxable donation. They'll email you a receipt. If you can spare $1, $2, $10, $100, $100,000, I don't really care. Let's just help out our boys and girls in the military and get them some extra money so they can ship out some more boxes. So y'all could do that.
I'm going to go a step farther with that. I mean, look, Christmas is coming.
True.
I've been told Christmas is coming. I'm dragging my feet about that, but I've been told Christmas is coming.
Well, based on our Costco adventure today, Christmas is here.
Yeah, that's true.
At least in retail.
Sorry about it. I got planes flying over. Of course, Murphy's Law, right? Here's the deal. It's going to take him a month at minimum once we get this money in to send boxes out and get it there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great while they're missing their families, they're out on the tarmac or wherever it is, that they can have cigars? That'd be fabulous, especially for this audience. I mean, really? $10 for somebody you don't know? I've done that, handed it out the window at a freeway on-ramp. It's not a big deal. What, are you going to not have a cup of coffee for that day? I mean, who cares? Give them the money. Get it to a good organization like that. And by the way, the organization like that, their books are open, it looks like. And pretty much all the money that comes in goes out. They're not making, crap tons of money like other organizations are. This is to specifically help the vets. And that's one of the things I appreciate about them as well.
Yeah. And just so everyone knows, none of the money transacts through us. The donation link you're going to is when you click donate now, you're being directed to Cigars for Warriors website. It's has nothing to do with mine. I'm just providing the link and the platform to tell you guys, help us out. We've done our donation for the year, not only in cigars, we also donated some cash recently. So, join us, help them out. And yeah, I agree. I never thought about that. Christmas, sad to say, is 13 weeks away.
Oh, dear God.
Scary, isn't it?
Yes.
But let's see what we can do, guys. Let's help out.
Right. And matter of fact, I need to get that link.
I can certainly help you with that. That's no problem.
I'll get that up on some of my stuff too.
Now, another thing.
I just did a video on them.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if
you
saw that. Yeah.
I did. I see everything. You made me an admin. I see everything.
Yeah, I did. I need all the help I can get, for sure.
Yes, too true. So there was another thing that we did, which you all, my loyal audience, know these people. They are two of the most entertaining and fun people, Graham and Catherine with the Hogback Distillery. I have been teasing this poor man for 2 years about Hogback Distillery. So I'm going to shift it back to you again.
Oh, boy. That was a great experience, too. As a matter of fact, I don't know what you can and can't see.
Over there, and they can see it.
We have it behind me here. This bottle is Hogback. And they are a really great couple in
Estes Park.
Estes. Not good with names, sorry. In Estes Park, Colorado. And first off, what a fantastic couple. They are really neat to go and meet. And he makes whiskeys.
Lots of them.
Lots and lots of whiskey. I mean, how bad can it be? Mm-hmm. And the town that they have their little shop in a town. It's separate than their distillery, I believe.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful little town. Which, by the way, I was told recently they just had their first snow up there already.
Yes. Catherine texted us this morning that they just had their first snow. But let me tell you something about the little town.
Can't even believe it.
The town's an extortion racket.
It is.
It's $6 to park for 3 hours. Now you're going to go, Greg, really? That's not a lot. Really? Off season? I have to pay to park? But there were a lot of people there. I mean,
well, and it wasn't very helpful that it took you 45 minutes to pay him the $6, really.
Also true.
I don't know what it is with those machines.
The city pay system wasn't working.
They did not like it at all.
No.
But you go into their shop, and it's a sampling room. And so they have pretty much every style of whiskey and some other things.
Sounds like Southwest going out.
Of course. Sorry, again, another aircraft on top of my house.
It's funny because this morning they were landing, the landing going over his house, and for some reason they're quieter when they land.
Yes. Well, less engine.
Less power.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not screaming, clawing for...
So you go in there and you can sample the goods up there, and they actually make cocktails.
Yes.
Various cocktails, and they're fabulous. If you're ever in that area, make the trip and go and see them. It is fabulous, and I am a whiskey boy. Mm-hmm. I do like them an awful lot, and I couldn't come home without a bottle, so I just bought a bottle and flew it home and love it. The stuff is amazing.
And don't worry about the fear of bringing it home. They have this cute little bag condom. I saw it somewhere in here.
I was going to say, I should have kept that
It's
around.
in here somewhere. Yeah. I thought you did.
It's a cute little
But they have this cute little bag condom that inflates with air, and it protected the bottle. It made it all the way here to Boise.
Yeah, you guys both blew it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, since we're talking about whiskeys for a minute.
Yeah.
It's in both your humidor and the drinks cabinet by designer in the shot. So let's start with this lovely drinks cabinet you've got back here, because we've talked about it on the show. Yeah. I've shown you pictures. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's an old record player, believe it or not, that had the radio system in it. And we gutted it. And it was going to either be a rack for cigars, or it was going to be a rack for my bar, my alcohol. And there was just no real good way that we could conceive to make that into a humidor. Just wasn't really going to work out well. But it works out pretty well to make a little portable bar right there. Not portable, but an old-timey bar right there. So where the record player was, that folds open. So I have a little place to prepare cocktails. And then, of course, the alcohol and glasses and whatever you want could be in there. And it turned out really nice.
It did. Now, I think you remember an episode a few months ago where we went up to Grass Valley to the Phoenix Lounge and joined James and Jeff on their podcast.
Yep.
No, they were on mine. I forget. Anyway, they were on mine. But James, I know you're building your man cave, right? Compete with that.
I can close the door if he wants to see the face.
No. I can send a picture to him. No big deal.
Yeah.
I got his number.
Yeah.
Then let's also talk for a minute too. Next to that is that beautiful humidor that you actually built.
Yeah. Well, I built part of it.
Right. Neil built part of it too.
Yeah, Neil helped me a bit with the cutting for the shelving, and then we put it all together. But that was an old wine cooler, and we didn't need the wine cooler here. I do drink some wine, but I normally keep those bottles over here on the shelves over here. And there's glasses over here, yada yada yada. But I needed something that was going to house a couple of sticks for my private lounge here I call the Oasis. And so I found this thing, and believe it or not, I found it, and then I didn't buy it for about 6 or 8 months. I kept watching it. Nobody was buying it. Nobody wanted to chill their wine. And so I finally bought it and told them what I was going to do with it. And the minute I said that, they clammed up and said, "We never thought about trying anything like that. I shouldn't have sold it to you." I'm like, too bad. It's mine now. So I brought it home and I gutted it. And then I rewired some stuff in it because it was pretty old. And the nice thing about this one is that it's got its built-in cooler inside it,
right?
Which is an industrial strength cooler at best. I mean, it's a refrigerator essentially, but just kind of the old way they made it. So I was able to fix that up, and then we built the shelving in it, and that took a little bit of finagling to get all that set up. And then we built, I have a heater in there as well.
Yeah, you need it.
Because here in Boise, we don't do anything just normally. It's always to the extreme. It's either hot as blazes or cold as hell in here, and there's nothing in between. So everything I have to do out here, I have to kind of make it multi-seasonal so that it works. So we have a heater in there as well. And then we have a Cigar Oasis humidifier.
Yep, Cigar Oasis 3.0.
Yeah, one of those bigger ones. And that keeps everything at about 69 to 70 with really not breaking a sweat at all. Both heat-wise as well as humidity-wise.
Right. No, it does. It's a great setup. It's a great little humidor. He backlit it, so it's pretty.
Yep.
It beats that little 200 count that you had before.
You know, I'm not going to say the name. They treated me well eventually. But there are some other little itty-bitty ones that look like a little
mini fridge,
dormitory refrigerator. And one, you'd think you'd have enough room for cigars. Well, not once you start buying them and you start smoking them on a regular basis. You just don't have enough room in those things for your cigars. And so then you go to making things like a cooler door. And those are okay, but like how dressy up can you make those things? And no matter what you do, they don't look right in your own little private area anyways, whether it's on the back porch or in a garage or wherever it is. So you have to kind of fix it. And that's why getting something like this, it can be done, and you can find things like this for fairly reasonable, or you can find things like this that are quite a bit more. But I think now that I have a full stand actual working humidor that keeps it cool and keeps it warm, perfect. I don't think I could ever go back. If this thing ever blows up, I'm going to be upset.
Well, a standard stand-up, yours is about 4.5 feet wide or so. I think maybe 5.
Probably solid 4, I'd imagine.
The standard stand-ups are typically about, they're 3 foot wide typically, they're 6 foot high, and they'll hold a good 2,000 to 2,500 sticks. Yours would probably go more than that, and
maybe
you probably also got under the price tag, because, you know, buying a brand new stand-up, you're looking at about $2,500.
Oh yeah, I'm under.
So yeah, you did pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I'm under.
And it's just ingenuity and time.
Yeah. Well, what else are you gonna do?
Well, for all you retired people, I don't know, but you know. And I mean, he's got other fun things that he's done, like the table behind, the barrel table behind me here is one of the fun things we record at periodically. And we got a dartboard in here. I mean, it's full-on parties happening here. It's fun.
Here.
And, you know, he's got a wood-burning stove for the bitter, not that I'm bitter or anything, but the bitter, fucking cold-ass winter.
Yeah, 0. 0 to 30.
And we're out here watching baseball or whatever on the TV behind us and smoking.
And heating it up in here until we crack the walls.
I did that. Last year, in fact. It was the year before.
No, it was last year.
Last year. But, you know, it's a great space. And I really think that, you know, this was the catalyst for so many other oases around, not only the area here, but even in my area in California. I'm getting ready to set up my own because we need a space.
Yeah.
You know, every cigar smoker needs their space, whether it's inside their house or whatnot. And when you can create your own, you have such a better experience. And, you know, you've created not only a space for your own enjoyment, but you've created a beautiful studio to do your stuff in.
Yep.
And it really works out well, I think.
Well, thank you.
And you have all the fun toys that I don't.
Yeah, it's just an accumulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll get there.
I'm sure I will.
You know, but what's nice for me is no matter what the weather is, I can come out and enjoy myself. If I've had a stressful day, which, you know, you've been around me when I've had some of those, or happy day or whatever, I have a place where I can go. And like in some of the videos, you and I have sat and done herfs.
Right.
You're either cooking or freezing.
Yeah, because I'm outside right now.
Right, and,
you know,
the sunlight down there is, I mean, it's hot here too, so I get that. But you have a few other things and challenges that you have to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, and once I get mine set up, I'm good with that.
Right, and I'm married with children, so they don't want to smell my cigar, and I get that. And so this gives me a place where I can have one when I want. I don't have to worry about it, and do what I want out here, and it's great, and it doesn't bother them at all.
Speaking of children, can we embarrass him?
Yeah.
Not that he watches my program anyway.
No, go ahead.
Andrew even smokes with us.
He does from time to time.
You know, we've got this beautiful little humidor that is no longer in shot, I think, as it went inside, back to where it belongs. But I gave him one of my old ones because he really needed a humidor. For you seasoned cigar smokers already know, if you're going to smoke chick cigars, they can't be in the regular humidor. And by that, I mean flavored cigars. Right. Flavored cigars and non-flavored cigars do not cohabitate in a humidor. Ever.
Yeah.
And they ruin humidors.
Which is why I had mine in a different box.
Yeah. But, you know, this is a great space. I enjoy every time I get to come and spend time in it.
Yeah.
Now, I think we should double check in on, well, first of all, I'm smoking faster than you, but that's typical.
And you're talking the whole time, so I don't know how that's possible.
I know.
You just suck better.
You're never going to find out.
Larry, help me out here.
Larry and Scott would have pounced on that one like you're a pathetic little cat trying to chase mice. But, so what are your thoughts so far? I mean, you're about a third of the way through at this point.
Yeah, it has been very, it's been very even. It's the same flavor pretty much than when I started. You know, the light ups are always just a little bit different in flavor because of the fuels and stuff.
Yeah, you get the wonky burn.
Yeah, but it's been even the whole time. I haven't had to touch it up yet. I'm coming close, I think where I have to, but it's a great stick so far. And it's a my father's, so I mean, They really
Can't
don't.
really complain
They
there.
really don't build bad sticks normally.
No. And this one has been out for a while. I looked it up this morning when we were talking with Carolyn. Retail for this stick's about $16.
Yeah, 15, 16.
And they come in, of course, 24 count boxes. So,
But that's a great price point for this.
yeah.
As long as it is, it's good. And you know, again, the flavor is even. I haven't had a change yet, which is good because sometimes it's like the first third, the center third, and the last third. Mm-hmm. And it's always a different animal. You're farther along. Have you really had much of a flavor change?
No, I haven't, but I also know what to expect out of it. I don't typically see a flavor change until I get down to the last 2 inches.
Okay.
But that's not by design of the cigar. That's by physics of reality. Because if you think about it, you're smoking and pulling smoke through 9.5 inches. You get a bit of tar buildup in the end.
Okay.
So it tends to get a little bit bitter at the end. My preference is to power through that and smoke it down to the nub as best I can.
Absolutely.
Not everybody does that. So it's preference on that. But I will tell you, the beautiful thing about this one, instead of my normal recording location, is I can get up and I can show you something out of the humidor. So excuse me for looking at my ass. But inside,
I'm not looking.
we have one that we have not smoked yet, and we still have to do together. It again comes in the larger ring gauge section here. Larger size cigar. But Will and I have not gotten to this yet, so let me plant my rear end back down into the shot again. This is the Asylum 13 Corojo 80 by 7.5. And I've got 2 of these in there for Will and I to smoke at some later date. You know, he does occasionally enjoy a larger ring gauge. I normally do not.
Okay, but I mean that's
Ridiculous?
a ridiculous ring gauge.
Right. But, you know, this particular cigar, I have found, tastes just like its 50 ring gauge counterpart. The flavor is identical because they don't skip with filling or... And look at that, ridiculous. Isn't that ridiculous? I'll have to see if I can zoom in on that, but it's quite freaking ridiculous. But it's a great stick. I usually buy them, and I'll smoke that when I leave Winnemucca, heading to Boise. It's a 4-hour, boring-ass, single carriageway, long drive.
Yeah, that is a
That
trip.
cigar will last me the entire trip. I'll drop the ashtray in either Tommy's house or your house when I get here. So it's worth it to me, and that you cannot smoke slowly.
I think you have actually driven up here before and have had one of those. Yeah. It's been a couple of trips ago, I think.
It was a 7x70. It was last year.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's one of those that I like a larger cigar for certain times. But, two, as Scott is very fond of saying on the show, you have to pick the size of your cigar to the amount of time you have. We obviously have time because we've got this episode to record and then one for you. So we've got the time to enjoy the cigar between both.
Sure.
And a couple hours after that.
Sure.
Well, in your case, yes. In my case, no. But I smoke quicker than you do, so I'll be done with mine sooner.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all based on preference and time. So, you know, well, I've reached the end of the topic list that I have for us. So, anything you want to add?
You can't be done yet because I need to be able to have you represent both of your other guys. So I haven't heard you have a rant yet, and Scott is good at rants. So what's the rant of the week?
Given that I drove to Boise, lead, follower, get the fuck out of the way. I don't expect people to speed. I don't expect people to drive erratically, but I do expect you to drive with a sense of purpose, which means if the speed limit is 80 miles an hour and you're sitting in the fast lane at 75 miles an hour, get in the slow lane where you damn belong. If you can't maintain the minimum highway speed of 55 miles an hour, get off the road. That's my rant.
That's it?
That's it.
I don't know if that was Scott worthy.
It's not.
You may have to find a better.
It's
a better,
not.
a
But
better
Scott's not here, so you
one.
know.
Okay, that's fine.
Scott would have a rant, or maybe not.
Well, Scott's probably on vacation, isn't he? Is he back down in Reno or Vegas or wherever he goes?
Yeah, he's on vacation.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. He does that. Does he gamble?
He does.
Does he? Is that what happened to his socks last time?
Socks. Oh, you did point that out. Yeah, Scott wears shoes with no socks. He's one of those. But
He lost. I've heard of losing your shorts. I've never heard of losing your socks. But
Yeah, well, he gambles with socks. Well, I don't have any socks on right now either. Because the weather up here is really nice.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have one more question before we wind it out here.
Yeah.
If people want to come up and make, I think, personally, let me rephrase this. I think personally that Boise is a nice cigar destination. We've got a couple of great lounges up here to hang out. The food scene's pretty good. So what would be your suggestions for people to come up here and check out the cigar and the food scene and everything like that? Because you've eaten more places than I have. A typical round that I like around here. I don't expand very often. So what would y'all recommend for people?
Well, first off, you just called me fat, so that's awesome. Second off,
Dude, do you think I'm small?
If you're coming up into this area, really, there's two places that I'd recommend for cigars. The one of them is in Meridian. That is a whopping like 10, 12 minutes probably from the airport if you're flying in, which most people do, let's face it. That is called the Vault. And so that'd be the first place I would go. If you're going to go farther up into the valley more, then I would say go to Nampa and go to the V-Cut.
Yeah.
Those are the two best, I think, in Treasure Valley. There are other ones. Don't get me wrong. There are other ones, other choices. But the two best, with the best personalities of people, of selection, really is going to be those two.
They both have really good bars, too.
Yeah, and they do have full bars.
Mm-hmm.
And people that know how to make drinks, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I've had it paired with pretty much everything, so it works out. Food-wise, I mean, really, it just depends on the food that you have. I mean,
Yeah.
We've got everything from longhorn steaks to decent sushi to a decent Mongolian grill place to
The problem
some
is that
really decent Italian restaurants to, I mean, you can go anywhere. If you want to be in downtown, I mean, we've got Ruth Christ's. There's all sorts of pretty high-end restaurants that are down there. What's the one at the Horde? P.F. Chang?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a P.F. Chang's down there. They're supposed to be pretty good. I haven't been there. But yeah, there's a lot of places you can go. It just depends on what kind of food you want.
Yeah. And there's also some pretty fun things to do up here, too. I mean, you got Hills Canyon's only, 2 hours away?
Yeah, something like that.
And then,
They got the bird sanctuary that's just down the street.
Yeah. And realistically speaking, you're only about less than a day's drive to the west gate of Yellowstone, too, from Boise.
We got skiing up on Bogus.
That's true. That's right out of town.
So that is, I think, 40 minutes, I think, from downtown Boise, which is bizarre that it's that close. It's right there. So everything is here. I mean, it's just, everything is right here, and it's growing like crazy.
Yeah. Much to the regret of us that want to move up here and still vote Republican.
Yeah, it's getting to be more challenging for that. More into the state of Idaho, it's still pretty conservative, but Boise State and some of the government here in Boise are definitely making the inroad and those changes, unfortunately.
It's all of us, I was telling him yesterday, the disease of California creeps in everywhere we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just does. But anyway, that being said, it's a great area. Obviously, you all know that listen to the show regularly. I travel up here about once a month as normally. It's a great area to be. Good people, especially those of you that listen in California, y'all could take a lesson from the friendly nature of all the people up here in this state.
Very friendly.
Very friendly people, very good people. So it's a great place to visit. And if you're a cigar enthusiast like we are, all the lounges up here are great. The Vault and the V-Cut, frankly, just happen to be two of our favorites because I second everything he just said. You know.
Well, and I mean other things too. Like if you're into cigars, you can smoke anywhere here, pretty much. Outside, in a park, in a parking lot, whatever. Nobody gives a rip unless you are in downtown Boise. Then they get a little bit tweaky about that. But everywhere else is fair game. If you go north in the state, excuse me, up the panhandle, if you will, you got all sorts of hiking and camping and, I mean, everything. And you go clear up to Coeur d'Alene, it's beautiful up there with all the lakes. And, I mean, this state really has a little bit of everything for everybody. You go from the desert to the freezing.
Yeah. Especially up north at the border.
Yeah, you go up past Sand Point, it gets cold.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful, though. I mean, it really is. You have every different type of terrain. Well, we have the sand dunes that aren't very far from here either. You can go ride your buggies or quads or whatever it is you can do.
For those that you like to hunt, out-of-state hunting's a little expensive now, but they got everything here. And it's big.
We do. You go far enough north, we have moose.
Elk.
We have elk.
Got deer.
Got deer.
Got antelope.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Got bears.
Black bears, yes?
Yeah, up north.
Grizzly bears, no?
Maybe up north. But yeah, I mean, the state goes clear to the Canadian border. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that they stop and ask them for passports. They don't ask the moose because moose come into town.
Yeah.
But I don't know about whether they've got, I know they got black and probably brown. I don't know if they have grizz or not, so.
And you can also hunt something else up here that's kind of a taboo everywhere else. It's open season on wolves up here.
I think so. Yeah.
So if you want a wolf.
We're not a big fan.
But, well, I think I'm halfway through. No flavor change. And I'm enjoying it, as I usually do, because I like, when I can find these at a reasonable price, I pick them up because I enjoy them. Mm-hmm. But, you know, thank you for joining me, as always. Welcome. And if people wish to find you, how do they find you?
The website is brownslife.com. The Facebook group is Browns Life Oasis. And the podcast, I think, is called that as well. Or just email me at info@brownslife.com.
Yep. And as you all know, our connections are on our main page. You can jump to any of my social media accounts from there. I have links for everything. LoomisCigarCartel.com. Mm-hmm. Drop us an email. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us what you want to hear us rant and talk about. That's what we're here for. It's info@LoomisCigarCartel.com for me and for Scott and for Larry. You know, and if you send us an email, just know we will read it on air. You'll likely get roasted. It's what we do. And we love hearing from all of you. And I know I do have some fan mail that came in that we'll get to on the next show. Because it's my favorite fan, James from Grass Valley.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And his podcast. So, you know, with all of that, I'm going to sign off and say, you know, thanks for watching. I would say the cigar glass, or the cigar is down to the nub, but it clearly ain't.
Nope.
No Scotch glass, because we didn't drink for this show.
Nope.
But, you know, Scott would be saying at this point to drop us a line, let us know you're out there. Thank you all for watching. I'm Greg Perry. I have Will Brown with me from the Browns Life Oasis Podcast. And as always, good smoke, good drink, and good life.
Bye.
Take care, guys.